right, so this is our question and answer section, and Tim has questions for us.
One question was, what's your take on the medical side of the marijuana? I can see as far as the stoners wanting to have the recreational whatever, but when it comes to medical side, like there's kids where some of the THC drops and stuff actually help with seizures. What would your take be on that being?
From my experience and research, the marijuana that's used medically, especially in that situation with seizures, is that it's a part of the marijuana that doesn't cause the hallucinogenic effects. It actually just suppresses the central nervous system and can relieve symptoms such as seizures, but does not cause like the highness that some people are looking for. So I think that personally, I think that that's something that should be an option versus just recreational use where they just have brownies and candy sitting all over that can be a problem for children versus helpful to children.
Okay. And then another one is like you were saying, these kids were going to the hospital for being coming in contact with marijuana candy, brownies, goodies like that. What were they going in there for? Was it just throwing up?
Usually it's vomiting and sleepiness, so maybe almost like a loss of consciousness where parents were seeing that their children were extremely drowsy or not responding. And then, vomiting was one. Another main reason why emergency visits are associated with marijuana use is a person driving too soon. It looks like most of the incidences are from car accidents. So they're smoking and maybe think they're good and then go to drive and they're still impaired and are a little bit slower, quite a bit slower to respond, and that's causing problems. So.
And before you shut it off, one more question. As far as like we're going back on the medical side of it, there are some people out there that rather smoke some marijuana instead of taking some like oxycontins or Vicodin pills. What would you take be on that?
I think from a medical perspective, it's personally I think it's more acceptable, just because it's more regulated. When it's recreational use, people just overindulge. Whereas with the medical perspective, there's a doctor that's prescribing it, and there's a doctor that's overseeing it, and maybe more apt to be able to control how much the patient's taking in versus just whatever they feel, just when they get the feeling that they want. But medically, they can say take this much, or they can give a pill or a drop that they know how much, what the strength is in the milligrams potentially. On the medical side, they can control that more.
With the like Vicodin and all that, or on the
no, with the marijuana, and then Vicodin, anything is potential to be abused, but if marijuana controls it more than a drug like Vicodin or hydrocodone, whatever it is, those things are a little bit harder to break as a habit if they're getting addicted to it. Although medical marijuana in general has addictive properties as well.
Okay.
So, all right. Thanks for